Alright, for this art class I want to do some characters, and we're going to start with ovals. Just draw ovals, whatever size you want, but bigger will be better. And you can put 4 or 5 of them on here. I'm going to put maybe one like this, and just follow along if you want to make your oval a little more rounded, or if you want to use a circle instead of an oval, that'll be fine. I'm going to get several in here that are about the same size, and if they're not perfect, well, that'll be okay. That one sort of looks like an egg. I'm going to make this one a little more rounded. I think I'm going to add one down here that's oval but in this direction. See what we can do with that. And maybe a couple more that are egg-shaped. Now if you're not keeping up with this, that's fine. As long as you've got ovals or circles, anything like that will work. And so I'm going to give you just a minute to get caught up with that and get your circles on there. And then we're going to start putting some facial features on them. And here's what I'm thinking. We can take different facial features like the eyes and different mouths, noses, eyebrows. You can even add, use these for mustaches as well. And when you put those together to create faces, by changing the different features, you can come up with all different kinds of faces and expressions. And then you can add hair to suit yourself. And this is just a few of the many that you'll probably come up with. And when you just get your ovals, I've got hair on some of these. And I want you to notice that sometimes I took the egg-shaped ovals like this and added other things onto it and came up with other characters. They don't all have to be human-like characters. One ended up looking like a space alien. One looked like a cat, probably because I gave it cat-type ears. This could be a frog. Here's a face. He looks kind of mad because his eyebrows are slanted down. This looks like a very young person. It looks fairly normal. You can take your oval, and by adding different facial features, you can come up with all kinds of characters. You can just create your own. And then you can add other things. I just got crazy with hats. And here's one that I just sketched out. And, I had 5 ovals on this, and you can see what I did with those 5 ovals. And sometimes those extra lines show up. You can go back and erase those maybe, or color over them, or just add more streaks to make it look like part of the hair. So let's get started, and let's put some facial features on our characters. Wow, we got a lot to choose from, and believe it or not, there are a whole lot more than this. Alright, for the first one, now follow me. I'm going to give everybody time just to focus on what I'm showing you. On the first oval, or on any oval you choose, I want you to go halfway and stop. Put a dot right there. We'll probably erase that dot later. Now, beside that dot, put a flat line on both sides. Just follow me for now. Then you can do all of your own creative thinking, but for now, just follow me. Rainbow shape 1, rainbow shape 2, 3, carefully, 4, carefully. I like to go ahead and shade those in, but you can wait. Once you get something shaded in like that, if your hand rubs through it, then it makes a mess. It smears. I'm going to go ahead and put some eyelashes on this one. And a couple of eyebrows. I think I'll make those like you see right here. And there were certainly a lot of different ones to choose from, but I'm just keeping it simple right now. The ones I'm doing now are sort of like that, only with more hair. Okay, we can get rid of that dot in the middle. And I'm going to keep the nose really simple too. It's just like a U, but it's a little more rounded. And I'm going to keep the mouth very simple as well. I'm just going to put a smiling mouth like that. And ears, I'm going to just go with this. Now, if you draw very lightly and you change your mind about something, you can erase it and make it different. But we got a lot of ovals to play with, so we'll see what we come up with. All right, on the next one, let's put the eyes above center. So mark the center with a dot. Go halfway up, and let's put the eyes up near the top of the head. And when I see my students draw characters, this is normally where they put the eyes anyway, because for some reason it appears the eyes are very high on the head, when the truth is they're midway. From the chin to the top of the head, the eyes are in the middle. For the nose, I think I'm just going to make that U shape, but I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. And I should have erased that dot first. And for this one's mouth, I'm going to give it a mouth more like something like this, but not exactly. Here's the smiling mouth line, but I'm going to come down and do that again. The eraser I'm using, by the way, is a polymer eraser. It works very well, but the pink erasers work great too. And I like these erasers that fit on the tip of a pencil, or on the end rather. I like those very much. Alright, for eyebrows, I think I'm going to maybe swing them up like that. But you can do different. This is your character. And if you're following me, that's great, because you can flip this over or get another sheet if you have another sheet. Now, if you don't, just flip it over and you can draw a whole bunch more on the back. Use notebook paper, use whatever you want. Alright, I'm going to give this guy some nice, pretty, big teeth. Just like that. And when your mouth is stretched out that open, you'll usually get these little marks like that. Alright, now it'll look better once we get hair on it, maybe. Well, maybe not. Not everybody has hair. I have some friends that don't have hair and they look just fine to me. Alright, this time put the dot in the middle and go halfway to the bottom from there and put 2 lines. And you can erase the dot. Just make sure you're very low on the circular, oval, whatever shape you drew. Rainbow shape 1, rainbow shape 2, nice big rainbows for the middle of the eye or the colored part. I'm just going to go ahead and fill those in too. It just looks better. Now, it would look even better if I waited and colored those maybe blue or brown or green or gray or something, but I'm going to go ahead and fill them in this way for now. And I could color over that, especially with colored pencil. Crayons would work. A really small nose and a small mouth. And we have what looks to me like a baby. Especially if we do something like that. For the eyebrows, just little short, small marks like that. I've got smudges, and what I would do if I were going to color this, I would outline this with something darker, maybe a pen. Of course, I realize that when you're working, especially if you're working at school, that's hard to do. So just do the best you can with it. And don't worry about the smudges when you color. Most of that will cover up anyway. Alright, let's go over here. Let's mark the center. Always mark the center. I recommend that you do. And then decide if the eyes are going to go in the middle, which is normal, lower, which is young, or higher, which is cartoon-like. So I'm going to put these eyes in the middle, but I'm going to spread them out a little bit more. I'm putting these a little bit further apart. And all of that has to do with, how a person's final looks. If their eyes are closer together or wider apart, you can take all the other features and make them exactly the same and separate the eyes by a little bit, quarter of an inch, and have a completely different looking person. There's some eyelashes, eyebrows, and sometimes I just make it up when I get there. Put a nose like this. You know what? We could turn that into something look like an animal if we wanted to. We could put a line down and make the mouth. I'll tell you what it would look like. I think I've got one similar to that. Yeah, we can make that one look very much like that if we wanted to, and maybe you do want to. It's up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and give mine human-like ears, and I'm going to give mine a smiling mouth that goes up more on one side than the other. Now for the hair. I'll finish these other two in a few minutes. Actually, I'm going to let you just play with that and see what you can come up with. But I'm just going to do crazy hair on this one. You can do anything you want for the hair. Let's see if I can put the hair on the screen up in the corner. You can at least see some of the other designs. Now it's going to be small, so I don't know how much you can tell about it. But I got crazy hair on that one. And let's see, do I want it down on the forehead? Sometimes I just have to try it and see. Nah, I don't like that. Kind of wish I hadn't done that. Well, it's not that bad. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put a line across there for the chin. I don't always show the chin with a line. And here's the secret to lines. The more lines you put on a face, the older it's going to look. That's just a fact of the matter. Let's see, for this character, let me get it on the screen here. More crazy hair, more crazy hair. But now you don't have to do this. You can, from this point, you can make up your own. I've just got a few hairstyles. I mean, I don't have anything like braided hairstyles. There's just tons of stuff I don't have. I might give this guy a little mustache. Maybe a really small goatee like that. Alright, this one, well, I don't know. I didn't leave much room for the hair. Let's just see if I can get some on there. Yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Another thing you can do to make it look more like it's smiling. I didn't do this because it gets confusing early on if you have these curved lines and you don't get them to match up very well. But if you go back and curve the lines under the eyes, it really increases the expression of the smile. And when I'm drawing like this and my hand's rubbing through and I'm working back and forth, you can see these smudges. They're getting everywhere. But that's okay. I don't think I'm going to do much of anything to the baby. Well, yes, I am. I'm going to make the baby into a bobblehead. And I'm probably going to make them all bobbleheads. So I'm going to do this. I've got a little bobblehead baby. Alright, let's try it with just a single line. Single line, like an upside down Y there. Arms, let's make this arm go up a little bit. And for the hand, let's just use an oval. And I always like to put the thumb in there. Yeah, that's going to look better, I think. Still got a bobblehead. And it looks like he's about to stand on that person's head. Alright. And I really don't encourage you to always draw stick figures. That's not what I'm going for. But today we're talking about turning ovals and rounded shapes into characters. I'm going to do something different on this one. I'm just going to give this guy a bolo of some sort. That's my scorpion bolo. Alright, and a collar, which is just going to be simple like this. And some shoulders. And I'm out of room. You may still have room. And then you're not going to see the end of the bolo because it's going to run off the edge of the paper. I give a lot of my characters bolos and cell phones. I mean, come on, we, about have to have a cell phone anymore. Alright, there's that. Now, just do what you want to do on these two ovals. And I'm going to get this feature sheet out. If you want to color, then certainly color. I encourage you to color. Alright, that's all for now.